If you're there, say hello. Let us know if you can see and hear us, please. Hopefully somebody's there. 4 people it looks like are there. Just let me know if you can hear us and see us. We've got a beautiful day in Black Mountain, North Carolina. So, Lori, hey, can you hear us?
All right, thank you, Kevin. Kevin says he can hear us.
He can hear us. Okay. Hey, everybody. I am live from the Black Mountain Music Festival in Black Mountain, North Carolina, and I have with me today Mr. Chuck Mosley, the director of the festival. And all right, so people can hear and see us. Yay, awesome. As you come in, just say hello, and we'll get started. If you have questions for Chuck, just feel free to ask in the comments, and we'll get to them as we go. Hey, Jason, Lori, Deborah, Kevin, awesome to see y'all here. We're going to get started with just a basic introduction. So, Chuck, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I actually live in Virginia Beach, Virginia. A lot of people ask me if I live
I didn't know
in
that.
Black Mountain
Nice.
or Asheville. I live in Virginia Beach,
Okay.
and I love this venue. You can see behind us here the beauty of this place. And this year we've actually hit peak season dead on the money, so it's gorgeous through here. But I guess about 10 years ago, 11 years ago, I came to a Dulcimer Festival here.
Mm-hmm.
That was organized by Lois Hornbostel.
Oh, okay.
And it was called Dulcimerville.
Uh-huh.
And so enjoyed it a lot and had a good time. And then I started going to a couple other Dulcimer festivals. I went to Kentucky Music Week. I went to Arcla Dulcifest. I've been to the Winston-Salem Dulcimer Festival, a lot of different ones. And somewhere along the line, I don't know, I thought I'd try to do it on my own, and it had been a while since this venue had been used for a festival like that.
Oh, okay.
So I thought, okay, let me go back to that venue that I liked, and we just, called it the Black Mountain Music Festival.
Yeah.
And this is year number 7.
Oh, 7 years.
So with the exception of 2020, for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, we're having a great time. We're having a good turnout. And really enjoyed it this year. Having a good time.
Yeah. Oh, the drive up to you guys from North Georgia, where I'm at, to here. It's a little bit higher in elevation here. So yes, this is peak leaf season right now. So it is gorgeous up here. So what? Let's go back farther.
Right.
And tell me how you got into the mountain dulcimer.
Well, it's kind of a stupid story, but the short version. When I turned 50 years old, my brother and I were having a conversation like brothers will do.
Yeah.
And we talk about things like what would the perfect crime be and things like that. So one of the things he said to me, he said, you ought to learn an instrument that nobody plays and master it.
Yeah.
And then when they see that instrument, they'll think of you.
That's a good plan.
I thought that's pretty cool because I played guitar and I played the high school band, stuff like that.
Okay.
So I started just Googling unusual instruments. And I don't even remember. I don't even remember how the dulcimer popped up. But when I saw it, I thought, okay, that's interesting. And it's similar to a guitar. So, I started looking around. I thought, well, what are people doing with it?
Yeah.
And so I Googled mountain dulcimer. And the first thing that popped up was Dulcimerica, Big Fuzz.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
And so I thought, oh, okay, so there's somebody out there doing some pretty cool stuff already with that.
Yes.
And I came across Steve Seifert playing Whiskey for Breakfast.
Yes,
For breakfast.
yes.
And, had it capoed up for
Yep,
and
yep.
playing it nice and fast. And I thought, wow, these things can do something,
Yeah.
So I found one at a local music store, a cheaper one, Apple. I think it's called Apple Creek.
I've heard of
And
that.
so it was. I shouldn't say cheap. It was inexpensive.
Yeah.
And then as time went on, like everybody else, I ordered my first actual dulcimer from a luthier.
Right.
I got the one that I still use now from oh heck, and then his name went boom out of my Paul Conrad.
Oh, okay.
And Timber Hill, Timbre, Timber Hill dulcimers.
Okay.
And I love that dulcimer a lot. And the other instrument I ended up with was a band jammer, Clemmer.
Yep.
Band jammer.
Yep.
And those are my two main.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I've been playing. I'm 63, so it's 13 years.
Yep.
And
you love it.
love it, and haven't looked back. Still not great. I don't know that you ever master it, but I enjoy the jams and the people.
Yeah, it's definitely a tight community. I feel a sense of community here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like never before. So that is one very cool thing about it. Okay, so you said you watched the Black Mountain Rag video by Steven Seifert. I think, if I'm correct here, that video has over 1 million views, so you should check that out. It's really, really awesome. But so that is so cool that you Googled it. That's how you found the Mountain Dulcimer.
Yeah, it was just meant to be.
So then you started. You said you came to this.
Yeah.
As a festival.
Yes. Yeah. The Lois Hornbostel had for decades been, and is known as a leading organizer of festivals for many, many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
And the one she had here at Dulcimerville was just awesome.
Yeah.
And so I actually got to meet Steven Seifert.
Mm-hmm. He is here now, folks.
Yeah, he's in the building right there. So yeah, it's one of those things where I remember the first time I met Steven Seifert, it was like meeting one of your idols.
Yeah.
And of course, I've gotten to know Steven now, and we're good friends, and talk regularly, and so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've told people it's like the people of these festivals. It's like deadheads, You'll go from festival to festival, and you'll see a lot of the same people.
Yes.
And it's like a big reunion every time we come together.
And that's so awesome.
Oh yeah,
that sense of community, and I'm sure friends travel here together to come to it too. I know tons of husband and wives do, but sure. I'm sure friends can't wait to see other friends when they come. It's just such an amazing thing. Okay, so if nobody has any questions for Chuck about how he plays or anything like that, one thing I want to know is, what do you think about frets? Okay, are you a 1.5 guy? Are you a no 1.5? Are you a chromatic? What are your thoughts there? I gotta ask.
Well, obviously, I think the first one had no extra. Well, it did have the 8.5, I think, or whatever that was.
The 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah. So it did have that.
It had that, but it didn't have all the others. And so later on, I added the 1.5, and I like that. I'm not too concerned about adding a lot more. I actually had a chromatic dulcimer, and I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Now other people love it, and I'm not knocking it. It was just for me.
Yeah.
It just wasn't.
It wasn't your jam.
Nah. I just enjoy the fiddle tunes. And,
yes. Yes.
Just enjoy the play, and it's a lot of fun. But no, as far as frets go,
it's all good with me.
Do your own thing. I'm really not concerned about it one way or the other.
Yep. Me too.
It's good stuff, and I've never understood the argument, and I've never really cared.
Yeah. Me neither.
I've always thought, and I appreciate very much, very, very much, people who are into traditional.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm into more traditional than not.
Yeah.
But a lot of the songs we play and call traditional are very cleaned up versions of actual traditional.
Yeah.
So when you get someone like Don Petty who plays more traditional, and more, accurately, I guess the word accurate as far as historical stuff.
Yes.
And he's not going to use a capo. He's going to retune.
Yeah.
And so, but the people that want to get all whatever about it.
Yeah. Yep. I don't understand that either.
Because I always think about any other instrument.
Yes.
There's never been any other instrument that I can think of where people got to a point with it and they said, okay, that's it. You can never play any other style of music.
Yeah, exactly. exactly.
So the Dulcimer is very versatile. You see
Yes.
that in the programs and the jams and stuff. So why not?
Room for everything, and every genre of music can be played on it. We do have a question for you, Chuck.
Yeah. Very tuning.
Lori asks, "What is your favorite tuning?"
Well, I gotta tell you, Lori, I'm pretty boring. It's DAD pretty much all the way. I've done DAA. I think the chord structures are interesting with DAA. I've also tried. Is it the Galax, but it's AAA or what?
Yeah, I kind of call that bagpipe tuning, where they're all tuned together.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
And I've played around with that, but it usually ends up back at DAD. And I think that's one of the things in the group I'm a part of at home. And when people ask me about the Dulcimer, one of the things I tell them, I'm like, look, it's tuned to a chord.
Yes, which sounds beautiful open.
And it comes with 4 strings. You can take one off,
Right.
And God bless you, so whatever.
Yeah, I've started getting it. I mean, I've been playing about 13 years, and I've started really testing out other tunings, and they are really fun. But I would never really stay in any of them other than DAD or DAA. You know.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, looks like we got another question. Let's see. Hopefully I can see this. Kevin, as someone who would like to go to this festival sometime in the future, what are the accommodations like there? We are going to have an entire section on the festival, and it's coming up right now. So with your question, we will start right there, okay?
Right.
So here we are. Kevin and everybody listening. Start out telling us how long the festival is.
Okay, this year the dates of the festival were October 15th through 20th. Normally this is the scheduling of it is because we like to be here when other groups are not here, and so it just so happens that this time there's one group or two, but they're going to be leaving soon, and so we'll have the rest of the time without them. But to do that, we have to start registration on a Saturday. And the last day of classes is a Wednesday, and you go home on a Thursday. So October 15th through the 20th is what we have. Now, next year's dates haven't been set yet, but it'll probably be the second week of October, something like that.
But you're pretty set on a 5-day festival, right? So you can plan on a week, especially if you're traveling from any distance, So you do that. It's always in October, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because of the foliage and all this good stuff, it's beautiful. It's my favorite time of year, and I happen to know now. I didn't always know this until recent months. I'll say. I tried one of the pieces of advice someone gave me. They said, "Be sure you're not stepping on somebody else's festival." And I tried really hard, and there was 1 or 2 that I missed. Yeah. So we're still working on that kind of stuff. But but October was the obvious date for me, and
perfect time of year to be here too.
Right.
So so they come in, and you're probably almost always going to have them start on the weekend. It seems like where they come in to register and everything, get here. So what happens when they get here?
All right, when you show up on that Saturday, usually it officially starts at 3 o'clock. People come in, they check into their rooms, they get their registration information. Here's the classes you chose, and map of the campus, and all that kind of stuff. And just general information about the festival itself. Okay. And and then that evening you have dinner at 6, and then we have our first evening program at 7:15. Okay. And then after that, last night it went about I think an hour and 45 minutes, which was not bad. Yeah. And then you go to jam. You stay up as late as you like, and you jam. There are a number of jams. We have beginner jams and the moderate speed jams, and the other individual jams that break out all around. So we've had one year we had a Irish jam. We have old time jams. There's plenty of jams to join in, and then the next day you start classes. So now,
let's talk about the accommodations here. Getting to Kevin's question too, but this is a very cool festival in that all the accommodations are right here.
Yeah, that's one of the special things. You don't have to go anywhere, even though you can. And actually, staying on site, it's just one option.
Yes.
You can get a hotel room, Airbnb, whatever you want to do, and people do that.
Campground, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a KOA and another one called Grandma Gertie's or something. And there's campgrounds nearby. There's hotels nearby. But if you want to stay on site, right now I can tell you for a fact, it's less expensive to pay for the lodging here than it is to stay in a hotel.
Yeah.
Considerably.
And it's way more convenient too, because you're right here, right in the thick of it.
Right. Oh yeah.
So what? There's three. Is there 3 buildings with rooms in them?
Yes, we use a building called Weatherford. We use the Blue Ridge Center, and we use Asheville Hall.
Okay.
And the interesting thing when the festival really started to get rolling, and I knew it was going to be a little more popular in that. I had asked the housing person here to let me know, because I said I'm going to announce that room registration has started.
Oh yeah.
And I'd like you to let me know when the main building, the Blue Ridge Center, is full.
Right.
And 30 minutes later, she sent me an email. And she said it's full.
You're going, what? Okay. Nice.
Yeah, okay. But I would say this. They promote it as hotel-style accommodations. Everybody's tastes are different. Yeah. I'm not the guy to ask a lot of these questions, because here's the thing. I'm very easy to please in a lot of ways. I will say every room that I've stayed in has been very well taken care of.
Yeah.
And you guys have stayed here a couple times.
Yep.
So you know your rooms. And
well, let's see. Last year when we stayed here, the room had it was a different building than we're in this time, but it had 2 beds. It had 2 chairs. It had your own private bathroom and shower. And there's no television, which we don't need that when we're going to a Dulcimer Festival.
Right.
But no TV. There is Wi-Fi all over the campus, right? Yeah. Okay, so there's free Wi-Fi all over the campus, and that's what we're streaming on right now. Right. So it's way better than what's at my house right now. But and then the room we're staying in this time, it has a double bed and a twin bed in that room. So there's different kinds of things that you might get, and it's got its own bathroom and shower.
And actually, this year, all of the housing in the 3 buildings had filled up, and so they called me and they said, "Listen, could you free up some rooms because I reserved for our instructors and so forth."
Sure.
And I have my staff and instructors and that sort of thing.
Right.
And so they said, "Could you free up a few rooms for us, and we'll offer you this cottage?" And so I didn't know they had cottages. So I said, "Well, how much is the cottage?" And they told me, and I said, "How many cottages do you have?" They said 3. I said, "I'll take all of them." So we did. We got the 3 cottages, and they're newly renovated. And I'm telling you right now,
nice.
They're nicer than the best. What people will see as the best rooms. They're nice, and so there are a lot of different options. But like I said, you can. I would suggest, like, if you want to come here and stay here.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to be in this area, to go on whatever you use, whether it's Expedia or Travelocity, whatever you use, and book it as soon as you can, or as early as you can, because you'll get a better deal.
Yeah.
So, but no, the accommodations here are wonderful. I enjoy it.
Okay, and also you said Stephen was in there.
Yeah, he might walk by here.
I may yell out to him, see if he'll come say hi.
Yeah,
there's Butch. We got people just walking by. A class just ended. But
Steve's class
let's talk about the meals and the meal plan and the cafeteria kind of thing that you've got. He's busy. So what can they expect in the meal plan if they get that?
You get 3 meals, and this, by the way, when you see the prices for staying on site, it includes all of your meals, and they'll have prices for single occupancy room, double occupancy, and triple occupancy.
Okay.
And so those prices you see are per person, and they include all of your meals while you're here. The meals are basically cafeteria style meals. It's a buffet, so you go through the line and whatever they have. You know, I, again, you know, you can look at. I'm not that picky either, you know, but it's not.
Well, that's a big bonus for somebody who wants to get here and stay put, you know, the whole time and just enjoy and immerse themselves in it. They can stay here, have 3 hots a day, you know, a warm bed at night. I mean, you know, wow.
Oh yeah, it can be a good, really, really good thing.
Yeah.
And I haven't lost any sleep over the food. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
They have salad bar for people that are vegetarian or whatever, and so yeah, it's and again, like I say, I'm not, you know, it's just it's food.
You can come on through.
So yeah, you can
Yeah, recording.
We're live.
We're live on Facebook.
Talking about the festival.
We're on YouTube live.
Yeah.
All right, excellent.
You love it, right?
Okay, absolutely love it. My mind was blown in that class. So, quick question: is there a sign-up sheet out yet?
No, there's not. I'll make sure.
But
There's
if
one,
you
I'll make sure
come,
there's one when we come.
I believe right now you can go on the website.
Outstanding.
And
Thank you.
everything
You'll have it tonight or
will be
tomorrow.
listed as far as the prices for the rooms and everything. Now, of course, next year that could change. But I'm pretty sure you still have that up where they can view the price for the lodging and everything.
Yeah, it may be on the
On the
Black
website?
Mountain site. Yeah.
So BlackMountainMusicFestival.com is the website.
Music
Right?
Fest.
Music
No,
Fest?
Yeah.
Is it Music Fest or is it? Look, I've got it right here, but that's not the actual web page.
Anyway.
That's just the name of it. But yeah, you can go
I
check
don't
that
even
out.
know. I don't have to go to that site.
I know.
I live
Yeah.
it. I live it. I don't
Yeah.
know. And actually, that's another thing. There's someone that takes care of the registration. I mean, I live in Virginia Beach. That person lives in Nebraska. You know, it's like there are people around helping out and doing things for us. So it's it's a little universal around the country. People helping out. So
Yeah, and with this community, I'll bet it's not hard to get people to help you out.
nah.
I mean, you know, you find another Dulcimer little family, and you know wherever they live and whatever they're doing, I'm
Right.
sure they would drop it to help you.
Sure.
If you needed
Oh,
anything.
absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
You would not be disappointed if you came.
I don't. Well, you know, you're asking me. I don't think so. But you know, one of the things I want to mention too, like every night this week, if you go to our Facebook page and you like it, we're going to be broadcasting all of our evening programs for free.
Yep.
I do know who's playing tonight, but I have no idea what the order will be. And so let that be a surprise. Yeah. Oh yeah, that one.
I'll be playing. Me and John will both be playing tonight.
But yeah, and they'll be, and you know, they're just the tip of the iceberg, man. I mean, if you love Mandy and John, so yeah, they'll be there tonight. There'll be others playing, but
Every night it's
every
a great.
night, 7:15, and that's another thing. We have a really nice setup, sound wise
Yes.
and video wise, and so yeah, it's pretty cool the way they've got it set up in there.
Yeah.
And the stage is unbelievably decorated and all that.
Yes, it's always beautiful. So if anybody has any more questions, let us have them. Come here. Come on.
Come here.
1 second.
We're
I'll
doing
be right
We're
back.
doing a YouTube live. So
Mandy Tyner, Banjo Lemonade.
so we're on YouTube live.
Yeah, I just wanted you to
This
come
is
say
Folkcraft.
hey.
This is
This is
Folkcraft.
Folkcraft YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
Really?
You want to just say hey to the peeps for just a second?
I have a Folkcraft Dulcimer or two.
Or
Have
yeah.
a seat. Have a seat.
Well, you
This
don't
is
have
funny.
to if you don't want to.
Is this real?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
this
real.
is live. It's
on
really
YouTube.
small though.
It's on
Hi.
YouTube.
Does anybody know who this guy is right here? I know you do.
This is funny. Banjo Lemonade, I've seen your YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
That's
Probably.
right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Pretty
have.
awesome.
On Dulcimer.
Yeah.
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 Not banjo or lemonade.
Well, banjos.
Well, she does banjo.
Lemonade. See, that's the mix. That's the banjos, the dulcimers, everything.
Who do we
But,
got on here?
We've got a couple people talking. Lori, Kevin, Jason, Celia.
What are the accommodations like?
We just went through that.
You know, they have everything here.
Yep.
Like they'll have something that looks really modern and nice, and then they'll have something that's rustic, like you'd expect at summer camp.
Right.
And all you got to do is complain, and he'll give you the nicer facility.
Uh-oh. You're
No,
gonna get in
they're all
trouble.
pretty nice. I'm in an older one, and it's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Awesome.
Somebody asked how many dulcimers. I have one dulcimer and a band jammer. That's it.
Oh.
I'm laser focused, man.
You're,
But yeah,
you're like a monk. You're the
Yeah.
dulcimer monk.
I'm the dulcimer monk.
Yeah, I'd say you were very.
And see,
focused.
I was telling them earlier. I remember the first time I met you here at Dulcimerville, and I remember I was standing.
We were both kids.
Oh yeah, we were children back then,
It was like 12 years ago.
at least. And I was only in my 50s back then. But yeah, I was standing. That driver, he had his truck there, and I was standing there talking to him, and your reflection came into the glass from behind me, and I was like, Mr. Seaford.
That's right.
My idol, my dulcimer.
You always act like I'm a big deal, but I always think he's the bigger deal. I always talk to you like you're important. And I did that, but
No,
I
but I'll tell you what you do.
There you
want.
go.
We want Steve Seaford to leave a message on your phone when you're not answering.
at 2 in the morning.
It's awesome.
He goes to bed at 7 or 4. What time do you go to bed?
Oh, I go to bed. It could be this light. I could have to wear sunglasses when I go to bed.
But you get up at 3 and you do the
Yeah.
penance. You're
Early.
the penance.
Early.
The monk.
Yep. Do my monk work.
She'll be 29. Happy birthday, says Jason.
All right.
29. Oh my gosh, Jason. Thank you.
And
Yeah.
it's your birthday tomorrow?
My birthday's tomorrow.
You're 29?
No.
No.
I'm not even close to 29.
I'm 49.
See, I don't think laughing
Ding,
after
ding.
you said that was supposed to be the right thing for me to do. Okay.
I know, but I was like, that's awesome to be in your 20s.
No,
again.
I wish.
Are you 29?
I'm in my 50s.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think 50-year-olds look pretty good. You know?
I'm not doing too bad for 50, I don't think.
There's people of all ages here. And
That's
all,
right, yeah. We've
Yeah.
got a child. I mean, we have like a little girl. I don't know how old she actually is. She must be 9 or 10.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, on Hammer Dulcimer.
Oh, that's awesome.
And this was the thing. Yesterday, when we gave out the little bit of swag we had this year, we had like a sticker with this year's logo on it. And every single adult that I handed that sticker to asked me, what do I do with this sticker?
Oh man, I know what to do with the sticker.
well, you put it on your Dawson.
Well, that's the thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a loaded question, number one. I'm like, so, we'll keep it nice. Put it where the sun is shining, Because they would all want to know, where do I put this, I'm like, anywhere you want. But when that little kid walked up and I handed her a sticker, she was like, a sticker!
Yes,
She knew what
they
to do
love
with
stickers.
So anyway.
Yeah, I noticed you're not giving away as much stuff. as
No,
you
I'm not. I used to give away T-shirts,
do. And coffees.
coffees, T-shirts.
You can't get coffee here, though.
That year we gave away that car. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, right.
It was unbelievable.
It didn't
Maybe
run.
next
though.
year.
Yeah. So,
If it runs, it's good enough for me.
Right. Hey, listen. But yeah, this year we're having a drawing this year. Actually, we got some good stuff. I mean, we have a
Yeah.
$500 gift certificate to Folkcraft. We have
Nice.
brand new New Harmony Dulcimer, a brand new Rick Thumb Dulcimer,
Very nice.
full paid. What do you swap?
What do you see?
The
Want
full
something?
paid what?
A
I
full
was
paid
thinking
tuition
if I shared this, like, what if you shared this on your channel? Can they let you just share it now?
Oh shoot, I don't know.
Wouldn't that be cool?
It would be very cool. This is just on the Folkcraft channel. I
Right.
yeah, I don't know how to do that. That's too over my head.
But that would mean something. That way we could.
Yeah.
But then if he didn't, if Richard thought you were trouble, he wouldn't want you sharing.
That's right. But Richard told me I can do whatever I want because Richard is awesome.
Well, I'm
And by
gonna
the way, Richard's up in the Blue Ridge Center too.
Yes, he
so-
is.
Yep.
I'm gonna get up now. It's
Thank
been
you for
good seeing
coming.
y'all.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
I'm here.
See, that's
till
called
Wednesday.
foreshadowing.
It is.
I'm about to get up.
And
And then
Oh.
when you get up, they were like,
then nobody's surprised.
nobody's surprised.
It's gonna feel like going home. When I leave, you'll feel at home.
Exactly.
Sorry to take you from
Adios.
your classes. We saw him walking by. We
No,
tried
I'm
to
just
snag
gonna
him.
go have some tea and
Okay.
maybe take a nap. Now that I'm
What is
almost
that?
Great to meet you.
Good to meet you. I think I've seen her video.
Okay.
You just saw her.
I've seen a lot of your videos.
Yeah.
All of
Do
them.
you tie your hair back?
I know. That's somebody else you're watching.
No, it's you.
I have before.
And
But
see, that's one of
Okay.
that right there is one of the best parts of the festival.
uh-huh.
You know, when you and I'm not knocking this. You know, I'm thankful that there are people doing online festivals. It's a wonderful thing.
Yep.
But when you come here
Look her up if you have.
and you
Yeah.
walk into the lobby and there's Bing Fudge and Steve Seifert,
I know. And you go,
Dave
"Ah!"
Haas and Rick Thom and Ken Kleidner and Tina Bergman, people like this. You see them.
I'm
You get to meet 'em.
fangirling all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Believe me. I just got to shake Steven Seifert's hand. So that is like very cool. Very
Yeah,
cool.
that'll wear off.
You say that, but I don't think so. Okay, back to the festival. Let me tell about this too, because this is it about 50-50 Hammered and Mountain, or what's the
No, it's much.
what's the ratio? We've
well,
got
it's much-
Hammered Dulcimer here too,
Yeah, it's much heavier on the mountain.
on the Mountain Dulcimer side. It's a little more popular.
Yeah, and there are more of hammer dulcimer teachers, but I'm sorry, mountain dulcimer teachers.
Yeah,
But we have a good selection of hammer dulcimer teachers. You have
yeah.
this year it's Ken Kleidner, Rick Thom, Bruce Smith, Mary Lynn Michael, Tina
You've
Bergman,
got the
Mark
heavy
Allen
hitters.
Wade.
Yeah,
that, you know, I mean, yeah, oh yeah.
absolutely. That's awesome. Stole the words from my mouth, Mandy, except language. Oh yeah. Oh, my hand will never be the same. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, I'm going to wash mine after this.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Probably
So-
take a bath.
Because you had to sit that close.
Yeah, it's rough.
Um,
Just be thankful you don't have smell-o-vision.
Oh my goodness. Well, what else can we say about the festival? You've also got other instruments that these people are teaching too.
Oh, yeah.
What else?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things we've been doing is boot camps. We've got a mountain dulcimer boot camp, hammer dulcimer boot camp, ukulele boot camp,
Mhm.
teacher boot camp. This has been a really neat thing that you want to be a teacher and learn how to teach. We've had someone lead Judy
Somebody
House,
teaches you how to
Judy House
teach.
leading that. Bass dulcimer, Native American flute, penny whistle. We have bodhran.
Oh yeah.
This year we added shape note singing.
Oh yes.
Oh,
nice.
Yes.
Which I was
I
really
would've
Maddie
take that.
Milani, and I just met Maddie today. First time I've ever met her.
Mhm.
But you're talking about the fanboy thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I've watched several of her videos,
Yeah.
and I came into the lobby and there's Maddie Milani, and I'm like,
And you're oh.
Maddie Milani. Yeah, she's an awesome person, and
Uh-huh.
so she's teaching shape note this year. And,
Nice.
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So you know, if you want to come and your spouse maybe doesn't play the mountain dulcimer,
Right. No
they
problem.
might play something else, or want to learn to sing.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of different things you can choose to do.
Oh yeah.
Jason says, "Seems like you need a banjo boot camp."
Hey, let me tell you what. Seriously, now one of the things we could do, and this is actually something I've been thinking about. So, yeah, there's plenty of options. That's the thing when you're
Yeah.
going to offer a boot camp of some kind.
Yeah.
You know, you can make it anything you want to make it.
Sure. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
And so the boot camps that's a little bit different than the regular classes, right? How does that
Yes.
work? That's all week, right?
Yeah,
Or-
oh yeah, it's the same amount of time,
Yeah.
but what you do is you go into one class all day.
Right.
So and that works really well for beginners.
Yes.
An immersion. Good description. It's an immersion
Yeah.
of that particular instrument.
And you're staying with that one teacher the whole time too?
Right.
So
All
you
day.
really get one-on-one attention
Yeah.
there. With
This
that.
year, Linda Weber Collins is doing the mountain dulcimer.
Mm-hmm.
The hammer dulcimer is Ruth Smith. The ukulele is Danny Shepard. Let's see what else did I say. Oh, the teacher one is with Judy House. So.
Nice. What else about Black Mountain Music Festival can we tell them? You guys got any questions?
Well, I would say again, and this is something that I mean, you know, I'm going to pump it a little bit more.
Do it.
Is the evening concerts. So last year, the programs that we live streamed from here had 2,000 and 3,000 views a night. There would be people in there just chatting to each other, and it was really nice. It was just wonderful, and so yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
so
is
tonight,
awesome.
tonight, and it'll probably kick off around 7ish, but it's on the Facebook thing. But that's been a really big deal.
Yeah.
That's been a really big
And I don't know if they can share those or not, but they can always
Yeah,
come back. Oh,
you
they
can.
can share them,
Yeah,
so
you
you
can
can
share
share them too. So you really should do that.
deal.
Share it to your page so
should.
more people can see it.
Yeah, yeah. But
Um,
honestly, this is probably the best Dulcimer Festival you'll find in this price range.
and in Black Mountain, North Carolina.
I'm joking about the price range. There are actually plenty of wonderful Dulcimer festivals out there,
Yeah.
and I've attended. I like to go to a number of them, and I just love them all. But yeah,
That's awesome.
we're one of them.
And you know, I can't say enough about the beauty of this area. Even if it's not peak leaf season, it is gorgeous in
Yeah.
these mountains, you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I live it every day, just a couple hours south of here, but oh, it's so peaceful.
It is
You know,
beautiful.
so to get this gathering of people together is just awesome. If nobody else has any other questions, I guess I will let Chuck go because he is a busy man.
Yeah, there've been like 3-4 people come by here and just stand for a minute.
Yeah.
And they're waiting to ask me where
Yeah.
something is.
He's
Yes.
constantly inundated.
But after today, this is like yesterday was the registration. I'm telling you, after today, everything will be just. I'm sitting in a chair and I'm drinking water, and that's all I'll be doing. And people will come over and go, "You're doing such a great job," and I'm like, "Well, you know, I've been drinking water since I was a kid. Been sitting for a long time." So,
Oh, you're hilarious. I love your sense of humor.
but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess we're going to wrap it up now. I want to say a big, humongous thank you to Chuck for coming on and letting me get a few minutes of his time for this because he is a very busy man, by the way. So,
I didn't know until the day that you pay people to do this. And I want to say that I'm very thankful for that.
okay.
I'm very humbled by it.
Yeah. We do our best.
Yeah. The bank could not cash the check.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's because it was too much money for the bank. And not other issues that maybe they're having at Folkcraft.
So thank you, Chuck, for taking time out of your busy schedule to do that. But I have to end this by thanking Richard Ash of Folkcraft Instruments for letting me come on here and interview people all over the place. What an awesome thing to do. And it's my pleasure to do it, and I just want to keep on doing it.
This is
So-
fun.
I know, isn't it?
This is fun.
And we had Steven come in. I
Yeah.
mean, just
Y'all just
awesome.
hijacked Steven too.
I
mean,
know.
that's awesome.
We were both like,
That was awesome. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in, and watch the concert tonight and every night at 7. All right.
Right
See
on.
you later. And I always there.